Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second annual John Seitz Memorial Race here on the iRacing.com service. Tonight, we are live from the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, live tonight on Cool Down TV, across your household and mobile devices. My name is Brett Wheeler, joined alongside Matt Bader, Chris Seymour, down in the production trailer. One driver will walk away with $492. February 4th, 2007. John Seitz passed away, a great friend, competitor, champion, son, husband, and father, passing at the age of just 36. He was a three-time NLRA Series champion. Since his passing, John Seitz has been inducted into the River City's Hall of Fame. John had run more than 160 races throughout his 13-year career after starting in super stocks before moving into the late models. In 2004, John won the 2004 Harvest Bowl Nationals at River City Speedway. To John's wife, two sons, not a day goes by where John isn't thought about. Matt, it's been a big week, and on behalf of course, Nick Linnett, the World of Thunder Esports League, their staff, we thank the drivers, sponsors, and race fans for taking part in this wonderful event. And of course, none of this would be possible without the FYE Motorsports crew and of course River City Speedways. A big 4 nights of prelim racing action, Matt. You've covered all night, and I'll tell you what a 4 nights you've seen.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's been phenomenal, and I can't wait for tonight. And it's been a phenomenal week so far for these late model drivers. We've seen, cars come from far and wide, and I'll tell you what, Brett, this is going to be one heck of a night because I'll tell you what, this racetrack is going to be juiced up, and we're going to see 800 horsepower pro late models go around here very soon.
Certainly is. Now, obviously, just to recap the 4 nights, the 4 prelim nights we had so far. We, of course, nearly 120 drivers signed in over the 4 nights, whether they're competitors from last year's event or iRacers just in general to compete over 4 nights. Of course, night number 1 going to Blake Majulis. Damien Kiefer came home in second, and Desmond Busby came home to round out the podium position. Night number 2 belonged to Canada's Alex Bergeron. Evan C. finished in second, and third was Ethan Toda. Night 3, it was drivers to have their final crack that didn't participate in last year's event to get those top 11 spots. Jesse Wall came away victorious in that one. Matthew Selby came home in second, and of course Cameron Kaysen came home in the third position on the podium. Night 4, drivers from the first inaugural running of last year's John Seitz Memorial event here on the iRacing.com service competed. Top 11 came from that one as well. So the winner of Friday night was Stephen Gilbert. Chris Peters came in second, and Brenda Dole came in third position. 44 drivers, Matt, were taken from the 4 prelim nights, 11 from the main events. Now you put the 44 drivers into tonight, and someone is going to walk away with $492 to take away a 92-lap main event.
I'll tell you what, Brett, it's going to be a cracking show here tonight at Cedar Lake Speedway. And yes, of course, the winner from tonight's A-Main will walk away $492 richer. And it's been a $2,000 prize purse. And obviously, that will be dispersed to all the, across all the drivers. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be one winner, and it's going to be someone who is going to walk away with over $492 in their back pocket. It's going to be an awesome night, Brett. I can't wait for this to kick on.
Well, we certainly look forward to tonight's racing, of course. As you said, 44 drivers signed into the pit area. Again, don't forget, we're live across on Cool Down TV, River City Speedway, FYE Motorsports Promotions. We're live on Ultimate Dirt TV, and we're also live on the John Seitz Memorial Facebook page. So while you're at it, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on the Facebook pages as well. Obviously, we've got to thank FYE Motorsports Promotions, River City Speedway, Cool Down TV, JDM Designs, Miller Family Trucking, and World of Thunder Esports League, Ultimate Dirt TV, and a whole lot of people that have donated. 4Link Motorsports, Nodak. Who else do we have? We had Mid-South Mafia also donating, Beard FX Gaming, Toll Racing, Don Ashton Racing, JDM Designs again has also donated a bit of extra. So to the people that have donated throughout the week for certain nights, and also tonight, the main event purse, On behalf of Nick Leonard, we want to say thank you for your generosity in competing for this second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial. With that being said, now it's time for our prayers and national anthems. So let's send it over to Sean Clausen, who is the track chaplain at Victory Lane Speedway in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this great opportunity and privilege we have to run this virtual race to honor John Seitz. Lord, we want to thank you for the talents you have blessed everyone involved in making this show happen, from the drivers to the event staff, broadcasters, and sponsors, representing several countries. We ask, Lord, that you help the officials make the right calls and that the drivers can put on an exciting show that would make John proud. Thank you, Lord, for all the blessings you give us. In your great name we pray. Amen.
All right, now we'll send it. I'm going to play the American National Anthem and the Canadian National Anthem. Welcome back, race fans. We're not too far away from getting into qualifying here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial, live right here on Cool Down TV. We thank you all for tuning in here tonight, and of course throughout the previous week. Matt, a $2,000 purse, and the most important part of tonight, qualifying, getting set to begin here in just a few seconds.
I'll tell you what, race fans, it is time to strap in, because tonight is going to be one heck of a show. It is now time to get set to go qualifying, Brett. This sets up tonight's heat racing here at Cedar Lake Speedway.
Well, these drivers, they have 5 minutes of... There's a 5-minute session for qualifying. They have 2 laps to go out there and set their best times. Matt, I counted 40 drivers signed into the virtual pit area for tonight. We'll see 4 heat races on the program. There'll be 10 laps to distance. We'll take the top 4 to the main event. And then, of course, we'll have 2 B mains, of course. One will be labeled as C main, but that will be known as a B main. And then, of course, we'll have our second B main as well. That'll be 15 laps, where we'll take the top 4 from each of those to lock in 24 out of the 40 drivers for your 92-lap main event. See some of the cars on the racetrack right now. Nick Otto on the racetrack in car number 22 in the Nodak. We'll see what kind of lap time he can do at the moment. Again, getting his first lap in, and it will be waiting for the time to come up. No time there. Max Mosher in the 82. Matt, who are you picking for quick time?
Mate, I'll tell you what, it's going to be pretty tough to pick out, because over the course of this week that I've seen with these drivers, there's been so many fast cars out on the speedway. Brendan Holtmeyer, the car that you see on screen right now, he has been absolutely lethal here at Cedar Lake this week. And another car as well that you saw recently, Brett, the purple and yellow number 23 car, Chris Peters, he's been absolutely on the ball here this week as well. And I'll tell you what, Justin Thompson in the 98 car, he's been absolutely lethal as week as this week. And I tell you what, so too Blake Majulis, Alex Bergeron. There is Brendan Dolman. One car that we've seen this week, a couple of times this week as well, Brett, the number 20 machine for Fox Racing. And I tell you what, that car is on point here tonight.
Yeah, 13.158 for Brandon Dolman. That puts him, I believe, 8th quick on the racetrack. Best time so far is Evan C. the 13.027. Davin Caldwell on the racetrack in car number 70. We'll see what kind of lap time Davin Caldwell can do. And the first lap for Davin Caldwell will come through with a 13.145. That'll put him 8th quick at the moment, man. That's going to knock down some of the drivers that are still trying to chase down Evan C. And Desmond Busby with a 13.103. Caldwell back to 9th position as he's going to try and best his second lap, which I don't think that'll happen. Alex Bergeron on the racetrack, Matt.
World Sprint Car Champion on the racetrack right now. Out of turn number 1 and 2, down the back straight away, and jumps off the gas. And Alex Bergeron, 3rd quick on the speedway. How about it? The Pit Logic app, Team ABR Esports, CSI Shocks, BK Designs, number 12. Goes 3rd quick. Here's Travis Sinclair in the 13T, down to 3 and 4 this time. Out of turn number 4, he'll cross the stripe, and he'll bang in a lap time. And currently sits 16th quick on the racetrack. And well, Travis having a good run this week. There is Paul Hollander in the 113 car. I'll tell you what, Brett, this guy has been on the gas all week as well. And I'll tell you what, that car is bound to be on point here tonight.
4th quick, Hollander with a 13.080. Tell you what, Blake Majulis sitting back in 8th or 9th position. The 13.103. So Majulis not getting off to the start. Now, final car on the racetrack that is yet to take a time in car number 91. It is Tanner Tomasi. As we'll see what kind of lap time Tanner Tomasi can do, as he's just been given the green flag here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, the second annual running of the virtual John Seitz Memorial Page, and lap number 1. But Tanner Tomasi going to come through 13th quick with a 13.131. I'm sure Tanner Tomasi will be very, very disappointed about that one. But Matt, 40 cars have all taken time, and we're looking at about 0.4 of a second separating this entire field. That is pretty tight.
Absolutely, Brett. And I'll tell you what, Evan C. went quickest here tonight. Matthew Selby, 2nd quick. Alex Bergeron, 3rd quick. Getting back to Paul Hollander, Cameron Kaysen, Cody Nevin, Jaden Walker, Blake Majulis is 8th quick. Desmond Busby is 9th. So I'll tell you what, Brett, it's going to be a tough fight at Cedar Lake Speedway. I can't wait to see what heat racing is going to bring us here tonight.
So, like I said, 40 cars signed into the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. Again, don't forget we're live across Cool Down TV. We're also live across a number of other pages of River City Speedways, FYE Motorsports, the John Seitz Memorial page, and of course live on Ultimate TV. We'll try and keep the chats going throughout all the night. So we thank you so very much for tuning in. But heat race number 1 We'll take a look at your starting grid, and starting on the pole in car number 33, it is Evan C. To the outside of the front row, the 55 of Cameron Kaysen.
Position number 3, inside row number 2 with a 34 car of Desmond Busby. Position number 4, driving the 09, Tanner Tomasi.
Your third row to the inside, that'll be Justin Thompson. And to the outside in car 48, Dylan Yeager.
Position number 7, driving the Rocket Racing Esports, number 11, that is Shane Yates. To his outside for Mid-South Mafia, the 18 of James Braswell.
And we go back to Jeffrey Lean out of position number 9. Max Marshall lines up out of position number 10.
I tell you what, Brett, 10 laps, top 4. Who is your pick in Heat 1?
Right, Evan C.
All right, sounds good to me. I tell you what, race fans, it's time to strap in. Here for the 2021 version, the second annual John Seitz Memorial. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway, Evan C. and Tanner Tomasi on the front row. The pace car lights go out around the speedway, Brett. We are set to go green here at Cedar Lake for heat race number 1.
Yeah, look, not going to lie, there's just been a little technical issue on the back end of things. I'm not going to say what happened, but I believe that we might not be going ready for heat race number 1. There is a little issue happening on the racetrack, or down in the pit area, I should say. So, well, as soon as we get some more information on that one, obviously I know what's going on. We're just waiting on race control to figure out what's gonna happen. But it's yeah, look, it's not off to a good start. But these things happen, unfortunately. But I tell you what, Matt, you've been here all week. The racing you would have seen would have just been phenomenal.
It absolutely has been, mate. And look, you know, we the first night. I'm going to recap night number 2. Within the last maybe 10 laps between Alex Bergeron and Evan C, it was absolutely unreal. It was slide job city here at Cedar Lake. The track was slick. It was juiced up. And I tell you what, Bergeron restarted. There was at one point throughout the race, it restarted in about the 6th position. And it was just slide job city from there on between him and C. And I tell you what, I can't, put into words enough on how good that A-Main was. And it's been absolutely wicked here all week, mate.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, really looking forward to seeing how this all goes. So, again, we want to thank each and every one of you for sticking by us, or sticking by Matt throughout the course of the whole week. And, of course, sticking by us here tonight on cooldown.tv for the final night of the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. Now, I can tell you guys is that in the process of trying to disqualify someone that had came in under a driver, race control has made a little error and disqualified Cameron Kaysen, who was scheduled to start on the outside of the front row. So, Matt, what that means for the people at home is that because you can't undo a disqualification now, you used to be able to, but you can't undo them now. What that means is we're going to have a new server set up. The drivers are going to have to re-qualify. So what you've basically just seen in qualifying, you might as well scrap that, throw that out the window. And for the drivers that didn't get a good time in, well, I mean, they've got a second chance here.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So let's see what's going to happen on with the new server being put up. So I do believe that will be underway. And, well, like you said, Brett, a second chance coming for these drivers. So who knows? Maybe the top spot might be going to someone else here.
Well, anything is possible. I'll tell you what, if I'm Evan C, I'm a little disappointed, but we know what kind of driver Evan C is. We know he's got the capabilities and the talent to put that 33 back up front. The likes of, maybe of Justin Thompson or Dylan Yeager, even a Davin Cardwell, Blake Majulis, they're going to have another opportunity as well. But let's quickly talk about the prize purse that is up for grabs, of course. $2,000. These are pro late models here on the iRacing.com service. Second annual running of the John Seitz Memorial Race drivers had to pay a $15 entry fee. For qualifying days on Monday and Tuesday, the drivers that finished in the top 11 of the main event automatically transferred into tonight's session. Now, for those drivers that finished 12th on back in the A or didn't even make the A, they paid another $5 to buy in on a Wednesday night to try and re-qualify themselves for tonight's server. So after the 3 servers that are done on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we locked in 33 drivers. Now, Friday night, which was more suited or was a designated night, I should say, for the drivers that raced in last year's John Seitz Memorial Race here on the iRacing.com service. Those drivers had an opportunity, and we took 11 from that one, and that's how we got our 44 cars. So for the drivers that didn't make it and that had raced all throughout the night, it's unlucky, but sometimes that's just the way things go. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, while we do want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for coming out here and supporting the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. Again, we do want to thank FYE Motorsports Promotions, River City Speedway, Cooldown.tv, JDM Designs, the Miller Family Trucking World of Thunder Esports League, Ultimate Dirt TV, 4Link Motorsports, Nodak, Don Ashton Racing, Beard FX Gaming, Mid-South Mafia, Toll Racing, and I already said JDM Designs. And of course, we couldn't do this without Chris Seymour at Cool Down TV for showing the wonderful pictures we have here on screen. With that being said, we'll take a quick opportunity to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV, come back in just a few moments' time with re-qualifying coming up here, the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, right here on cooldown.tv for the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. And, well, a little boo-boo has been done, but just like all boo-boos, Matt, they can be fixed. And we're fixed, but the bad news is, for some drivers that qualified good, they've got to re-qualify good.
That's right, mate. So let's see what happens. Qualifying take 2. So it's all about trying to set up the grids for tonight's heat racing. And then remember, top 4 race fans go through from the heat racing and they will go into tonight's 92 lap A main. Yes, you heard it right, race fans. 92 laps here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Brett, mate, I'll tell you what, you've done a fair bit of racing here at Cedar Lake Speedway. How do you think the track's going to come out a little bit later on?
Oh, she's going to be black slick from top to bottom, mate. There will be not a speck of moisture left in the turns. You'll see probably down the straightaways around half the racetrack on the inside, they'll have a lot of moisture. But for the part from the middle to the wall, that is going to be black slick. You've been here all week, Matt, for 46 laps main event action in the prelims. You double that time. I mean, how has the racing been when it comes to the racetrack, and what's the racetrack been like?
Mate, I'll tell you what, it's been pretty juiced up throughout the week, and I'll tell you what, at the bottom of the racetrack was coming in with a few laps to go on Tuesday night. A lot of these guys have been trying to stick the right rears up against the cushion, so I'll tell you what, it's been a around the top side. A lot of these guys have been up against the control. First turn in the 92 lap A main, where it's all going to be really easy later on.
Yeah, it certainly will be, so we'll have to keep an eye on some of the drivers. You can see, you can see some of the drivers practicing, and we're not too far away from getting qualifying in. Race control, just checking with the drivers right now. They've had probably 3 minutes on the race string and getting a lot of thumbs up from the drivers to say, let's go racing. And well, the drivers have spoken, race control have listened. Matt, take number 2 of qualifying.
It is time, race fans, to get back onto the edge of your seat, because I'll tell you what, qualifying is where it becomes most exciting. We're going to see some race cars come out onto the racetrack, and this is where it sets up tonight's heat racing. And we'll get to see who's going to take out tonight's quick time. Push your picks in the comments, race fans. We want to see who's going to take out tonight's quick time. And the first car to come out onto the speedway, driving car number 98, it is Justin Thompson.
So kind of time Justin Thompson can do in car number 98. Waiting for that first official lap to come through. Third, quick, get in the end, he goes quick time, but now jumps back to position number 3 with a 13.241. A 13.241 on lap number 1. Lap number 2 for Justin Thompson, going to be a little slower at a 13.282. Paul Hollander, look out. Hey, Paul, just saying those tyres don't move. You see James Braswell Jr. there in the 18 machine. But Matthew Selby, the 4-Link Motorsports number 46 machine, Matt, on screen.
And Matthew Selby's quick time, opening lap is quick time with a 13.135. Can he go any quicker on his second lap? No, he doesn't. Matthew Selby, quick time so far out on the speedway, 13.135. Austin Sessions is second quick with a 13.139. Paul Hollander third quick with a 13.165. Shane Yates is currently now on the speedway in car number 11. Brett, this guy's another car that's been out on the speedway this week, and he's been absolutely rocket fast.
Well, in the number 11 machine sits 18th quick with a 13.406. 13.406 now jumps to 17th quick with a 13.295. Matthew Selby still holds the number 1 position. Jacob Walker on the racetrack. He goes 11th quick with a 13.667 as his second. No, that's not him. That's wrong person with a 13.179. Matt, we're still about a 10th off the pace as Evan Seed on the racetrack right now in the 33. He was the man that said quick time. Can he do it again for his second lap? There was no lap for the first one. He goes quick time with a 13.092.
Wowee. He's done it again, race fans. The 33 for Team Victory Lane Racing goes quick time. 13.092. What a lap. Dylan Yeager is out on the speedway. Blake Majoris is out on the racetrack. The 127 Reliable Energy, Chris Ferguson Motorsports. Majoris Speed Shop, number 127, and Majoris. Wow, Majoris was couldn't quite
No
catch
time.
what. Oh, no time.
Nope, he pulled up on the back straightaway, so now he'll only have one opportunity. You see Desmond Busby, who finished third in one of the prelims. He goes eighth quick, sorry, with the 13.232. Travis St. Clair in the 13T machine. He's been given the green light for the first two qualifying laps. We'll see what Travis St. Clair can do in car 13. Lap number 1. Time coming across. Fifth quick on the 13.151. A 13.151. He goes fifth quick. He's only about Damien Kiefer, meanwhile, has jumped to position 1 with a 13.087. St. Clair's second lap a little slower. And now Blake Majoris, where can he go? Quick time by half a tenth of a second. 13.035. Blake is back.
Wowee. And here is your three-time World Sprint Car Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, driver the team ABR Esports, Biologic Cup, CSI Shocks, BK Designs, number 12, it's the Canadian Alex Bergeron. Bergeron currently sitting fifth quick at the moment on the speedway, 13.121. Can he go any quicker on his second lap? No, he doesn't. And wowee, Brett, last car out of the speedway, it is Tanner Tomasi.
Yeah, again for the second time, Tanner Tomasi. Well, he goes 13.151. That puts him eighth quick in qualifying. And, well, Blake Majoris, he means business. Quick time at the moment, 13.035. Damien Kiefer second quick. Evan C third. Ethan Toda fourth. Alex Bergeron rounds out your top 5. Matthew Selby in 6th. Austin Sessions in 7th. Tanner Tomasi 8th. Travis St. Clair 9th. And Jesse Wall rounds out your top 10. That's not a bad top 10, man. And still to think, there's drivers that are not in the top 10 that are all very, very capable of putting their race cars towards the front of the field.
Absolutely, mate. And I tell you what, another car that was down the back in qualifying was Davin Cardwell driving car number 70. And I tell you what, it's going to be a little bit of a different story now, race fans, because have a look when we get your grid right now up on your screen for heat race number 1, and on the pole position, it's going to be a cracking front row. On the pole position for heat race number 1, driving the 127 for Reliable Energy, Chris Ferguson Motorsports. On the front row, it is Blake Majoris. To his outside, three-time World Sprint Car Champion for Team ABR Esports, it is Alex Bergeron.
Travis St. Clair in the 13T rolls off from position number 3 to the outside of row 2. Desmond Busby lines up at a position number 4.
Position 5, inside row number 3 with a 90 car of Jacob Walker. To his outside for Mid-South Mafia, the 39 of James Braswell.
Row 4 to the inside, position number 7, it's Jaden Walker. To the outside, the 23 of Chris Peters.
Position number 9, down the back of the bus, the 11 car of Shane Yates. And to his outside, the M2 Motorsports, number 82, that is Max Mosher.
10 cars, 10 laps, heat race number 1. You talk about world champions. These two drivers on the front row, they have 4 combined world champions. A world championship out of the, I want to say 7. Tim Ryan, David Heilemann, and Hayden Campbell. Plus these 3, Alex Bergeron has got 3, and Blake Majoris has got 1. So 4 of the world championships on the dirt side of iRacing are on the front row. Matt, it's the classic tale. Majoris v Bergeron.
This is going to be a belter of a heat race, race fans. Strap in for 10 laps around Cedar Lake Speedway. There is Bergeron on screen. Starting on the outside of the front row. And wow, this is about to get busy, race fans. The pace car is set to pull in for heat race number 1. 10 laps on the board. Let's go racing!
The second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race, a $2,000 purse, and we're green in heat race number 1. The Judas leads down the back straightaway. Bergeron runs in second. Then you go back in third and fourth position. Look at Desmond Busby and Travis St. Clair in that all-important bubble position. Fourth and final, look at them 3 wide behind Travis St. Clair. Meanwhile, Jaden Walker, we're about to go yellow. Jaden Walker made the move on the inside out of turn number 2 on Travis St. Clair. And we've got one car upside down, which happens to be James Braswell Jr. We'll take a look at your cool down TV instant replay. 3 wide, Matt into turn of 1 and 2 on lap number 1. And Walt St. Clair just got caught up there with Jaden Walker. And unfortunately, James Braswell Jr. copping the worst of that one.
Yeah, not the way you want to start your night. Especially when you've got to try and make the top 4 to get into the feature race. And well, Brett, as we know, it's a brutal game, speedway racing. But at least these drivers will get another chance later on here tonight in your last chance qualifiers to try and get into tonight's A-Main.
Well, it's going to get a little bit tougher for James Braswell Jr., who again is sitting back in the virtual pit area here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, right here on the iRacing.com service again. The second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race, $2,000 purse here tonight. We're waiting for race control to give us the 1 green signal. But right now, cars are just rolling on the racetrack. Blake Majulis, your race leader. Alex Bergeron sits in second position. Third is Desmond Busby. Fourth is Jaden Walker. And I believe they're just going to rule this one as... I believe they're going to call it as a racing incident, Matt. So they're going to ask the drivers to double up. And then we're going to go green flag, hopefully in a lap or 2 time.
Yeah, we'll get set to re-rack them and re-stack them. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway, they line up in 2x2 formation. It looks like we're going to get set to let them loose. Line up looking good here, Brett, right now out on the speedway. And I'll tell you what, it's about to get set to get nasty once again here on the dirt surface.
Yeah, we were getting ready to go green that time by, but race control said, nope, let's go around one more time, just making sure that the lineup is correct here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. Heat race number 1, the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race, $2,000 purse, pro late models, right here on cooldown.tv. We thank you so very much for tuning in, no matter where you're watching from across the number of Facebook pages. But here we go, Matt, Blake Majulis gets on the gas. We're back to racing here at Cedar Lake.
Down the main straightaway they run once again, race fans into turns 1 and 2. They've got 8 laps remaining in heat race number 1, down to turns 3 and 4. This time right down the main straightaway, Alex Bergeron knocking on the rear door of the 127, down to 1 and 2 once again, down the back straightaway. 6.5 laps to go. For your race leader, Blake Majulis, out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway right now, with 6 to go.
Bergeron all over the back of Majulis through turn number 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Jaden Walker, Desmond Busby battling it out for 3 and 4. Here comes Bergeron to the inside of Majulis, trying to make a path for the race lead. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go. 3 wide for the final transfer position. Third, fourth, and fifth. You can tell one over. Busby holds on the position 3. Meanwhile, here comes Bergeron. Back after Blake Majulis for the race lead.
Down to turns 1 and 2 they go once again. These 2 top drivers running the cushion. In turns 1 and 2 they go low. In turn number 3 and 4, Bergeron knocking on the rear door of the 127. Down to 1 and 2, slide job for the race lead. Down the back shoulder they go this time by. Into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis regains the race lead out of turn number 4 this time by. Down the main straightaway. The Popsicle sticks around. Brett 2 to run.
And we are yellow. Shane Yates in the 11 machine, upside down. See if we've got a cooldown.tv instant replay. We do, so keep an eye on the 11. He was not too far away. He was actually 1 or 2 spots out of a transfer, but you see the 9 there just come up and just sort of moving, not so much moving out of the way, but Jacob Walker moves up a lane on the racetrack and unfortunately did not clear the 11 of Shane Yates. And I think race control going to give Jacob Walker the EOL for that one, so he'll be charged with the reason for the stoppage, although Shane Yates went upside down. Jacob Walker gets sent to the tail end of the field, Matt.
Yeah, that's right, mate. So let's see what happens on this restart. I tell you what, Brett, it's been a cracking show so far in heat race number 1. These two up the front here, Majulis and Bergeron, they are going at it tooth and nail.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm keeping an eye on the battle for third, fourth, and fifth, which happened, to be Desmond Busby, Jaden Walker as well in the one machine. Max Mosher, well, he wasn't the third driver. It was Shane Yates who was there along with Jacob Walker, but now Max Mosher and Travis St. Clair move up to that third row. But we get the one, the green signal this time by back to a green-white checker, Matt.
That is correct. So let's see what happens, race fans. Who's going to take out heat? Come on, as we go back to green.
Solid start for Blake Majulis again down to the bottom side through 1 and 2. Bergeron cuts it from the top to the inside and moves him up out of the way. Blake Majulis goes around Alex Bergeron, and we're not going to get the yellow. Oh my. And that was the checkers.
It was. Wow, what a finish to heat race number 1. Let's see what's going to happen on the racetrack. So, your results. That was all on for heat race number 1, wasn't it, Brett? But we get set right now for heat 2.
Yeah, I believe they were talking about potential penalty going forward, but I'll tell you what, if I'm Blake Majulis, I'm not at all happy with that one. But here we go, heat race number 2. Damien Kiefer lines up from position number 1. Matthew Selby, the 46, out of position number 2.
Jesse Warwell and up the 2 machine, out of position number 3 to his outside. That's 20 machine, up Brendan Dolman.
Row 3 to the inside of the 55 of Cameron Kaysen. To the outside, the 2 of Chance Carr, position number 6.
Position number 7 will go to Colton Zimmer, I do believe, in the number 22 car, I'm pretty sure it is, out of position number 7. And Nick Otto to his outside in position number 8.
Position number 9, it'll be the 11 machine of Cody Nevin. To the outside in car number 8, that's Brenda Dole lining up from position number 10.
So let's see what happens. Tyler Dell in the 8 machine. Back there on shotgun down the back in the number 8 car. I'll tell you what, Brett, that 8 machine down the back, he's one to watch, because I tell you what, he has been lethal here this week. In that number 8 machine, he had a good run on Wednesday night. And, well, let's get set to let them loose. Time to get after it for heat race number 2. 10 on the board, we're green.
Another 4 cars directly transferring to the main event. Your 92 lapper, 3 wide for the third, for the 5th position. But meanwhile, challenge for the race lead. Here comes Selby, getting a little tight there, slides up in front of Keeper. Simply up back to position number 3. Here comes Brendan Dolman in the 20 machine, looking to the inside, and here comes Keeper right back around the outside in the turn number 3.
I tell you what, this is on right now for minor placings in heat race number 2. Kiefer currently holds the 2nd position. Running the caution in turns 1 and 2 like a boss. Down the back straight away to turn number 3 and 4. They go low to the low side in turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. They drift high out of turn 4 down the main straight to run now with 8 laps to go, Brett.
Slide job by Kiefer on Selby for the race lead. Selby turned it back underneath him. Kiefer catching the infield tyres. He loses 1, 2, 3 positions. He might lose 4, and he's on the outside of a transfer spot. So Damien Kiefer not having the happy 5 laps here in heat race number 2. Meanwhile, Jesse Wall on the outside of Cameron Case. The three goes side by side and wheel to wheel. Fender to fender in the turn number 1.
I tell you what, the 0K will be elbows up right now, Brett. Damien Keefe will be wanting to get back into a transfer position to make it into tonight's A-main. Right now they're halfway down, halfway to go, 4 to go, in heat race number 2.
Now going to make it 3 laps left to run for Matthew Selby in the 4-League Motorsports number 46 machine. Again, you continue to watch Damien Kiefer try to wheel the 0-day machine up on the top side of the racetrack. He's in position number 5 now, running by Cameron Casey for that fourth and final transfer position. 2 laps left to run. Here he goes, number 2, the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. Kiefer is wheeling that thing on the top side. Here he comes to the outside of Casey. White flag is out for Matthew Selby.
Down the main straight, they go. White flag is out for your race leader, Matthew Selby. The 4-League Motorsports number 46 has been weaponry here all week. Through turns number 3 and out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway. It'll be Matthew Selby collecting the checkered flag in heat race number 2. Brendan Dolman will come home second, Jesse Wall third. And I'll tell you what, Brett, he did it. He got back up to a transfer position for Damien Kiefer.
Well done to your top 4. Those top 4 drivers in heat race number 2, Matthew Selby, Brendan Dolman, Jesse Wall, and Damien Kiefer. Heat race number 3, we'll take a look at your starting grid. Evan C. in the Team Victory Lane Racing, number 33, starts from position number 1. To the outside of the front row, driving car number 20, that is Austin Sessions.
Position number 3 will be the 3 machine of Barrett Bishop to his outside. The 27, or should I say the 113, that is Paul Hollander.
Rolling off from your 5th starting position, driving car number 70, it's Davin Caldwell. To the outside of row 3, position number 6, driving the JDM Designs at 00 entry, that is John Darby.
Position number 7, driving car number 30, that is Brendan Holtmeyer. Position number 8, driving car 38 for Hood Up Motorsports, Larry Townsend.
And we go back to your 5th and final row to the inside, out of position number 9 in car number 24, it's Jeffrey Lean. And to the outside, out of position number 10, driving car number 6, that's Evan Larson.
Who's your pick in heat race number 3, Brett?
Do you have to pick anyone else but Evan C?
I figured you would say that. I'll tell you what, race fans, let's see who you're going to pick in heat race number 3. It's going to be another cracking heat race.
Matt,
we're going to guess it.
Just quickly, mate, results of heat race number 1. Alex Bergeron going to be sent to the tail end of the field for the feature event.
Okay. Wow, we saw it coming. We are green though for heat 3. Evan C is your early race leader down to turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Out of turn number 4, Evan C will lead the opening lap in heat 3. Bishop and the 20 machine on the outside of the racetrack at the moment. That is Austin Sessions. Trying to pick up who that driver was there for a second. Almost had a memory. Down to 1 and 2 they go once again, Brett.
Yeah, watching for Hollander on screen. Working to the outside of Barry Bishop down in the turn of the green floor. You see your race leader, the 33 of Evan C. Hollander trying to sprint represented between Austin Sessions and Barrett Bishop as they go side by side. Sessions still holding on position number 2. Here comes Hollander to the outside of Barrett Bishop into 3 and 4. 4 down and 6 to run.
Now into turn number 1 and 2 they go once again. Here comes Cardwell on the top side of the speedway. He was looking for position on the racetrack over Barrett Bishop right now. Cardwell back in position number 5. He's going to make up one more spot to get into tonight's A-Main. Otherwise, it'll be a good start in one of the last year's qualifiers. Here tonight at Cedar Lake Speedway. Cardwell goes to the inside on Bishop right now to turn number 4. They've got 4 laps left to go, Brett.
Bishop holding on for dear life here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Heat race number 3. Heat race number 1 for a 10-lap heat race to come after this one. 3 laps left to run for your race leader, Evan C. Still Sessions sitting in 2nd position. Hollander in 3rd. Right on the rear bumper is that 3 machine of Barrett Bishop. You see Bishop on screen pressuring the 113 of Paul Hollander. They come for the white flag. 1 lap left to run. Next time by. We've got 2 to go.
Down the back straight away this time into turn number 3 and 4. Evan C. The Team Victory Lane Racing tack 3 defence. Number 33 on the top side of the speedway. Down the back straight they run for the final time in heat race number 3. Down to turn number 3 and 4. To turn number 4 and it is going to be Evan C. taking out heat 3 here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Austin Sessions 2nd. Paul Hollander 3rd. And rounding out Your transfer spot here tonight is Barrett Bishop in position number 4. Wow, Brett. 3 heats so far. We've got, what is it, another heat on the this will be the last heat, I'm pretty sure.
That is correct. Heat race number 4 coming up. But just quickly, Evan C confirmed your winner over Austin Sessions in second, Paul Honda third, and Barrett Bishop in fourth position. Those drivers going to the 92-lap main event. Your fourth and final heat race of the night starting on the pole. Driving car number 23, that is Ethan Toda. To the outside of the front row, the 09 of Tanner Tomasi, position number 2.
Ryan Flatton will start the 5-car from position number 3 to his outside. The Team Fitchland Racing Tac 3 defence, number 48, that is Dylan Yeager.
Bob Klein rolls off from position number 5 to the outside of him in car number 7, position number 6, that is Dylan Perry.
Position number 7, driving car number 98, will be Justin Thompson to his outside. Car 500, that is Tyler Berry.
Then we go back to position number 9 in car number 12. That's Jeffrey Rempel to the outside, the 14 from position number 10. It's Justin Burke.
Well, the final heat race of the night, race fans, for the 2021 second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial here at Cedar Lake Speedway. It is time to let them loose, race fans. Coda and Tomasi on the front row. Another 10 laps on the board. Who's going to take it out? We go green here at Cedar Lake.
Final heat race of the second annual John Seitz Memorial Race. It's Toda to lead the way. Over a look, a straight up on the inside. There is Ryan Flatton. And Flatton challenging for the race lead. Slow jump 3 wide out of Toda 4. Toda Ethan Toda leads lap number 1. He'll slide it up to the cushion. Flatton trying to work it back through the middle of the racetrack. There goes Tanner Tomasi, Dylan Yeager right there. Poor Bob Klein gets shuffled back, hit the inside wall, and we go yellow.
Oh my giddy aunt. Brett, what a opening couple of laps here at Cedar Lake heat race number 4. As we take a look at your instant replay here on screen. And Bob Klein got into the back of Dylan Yeager. Got it all crossed up and then unfortunately got some of the inside concrete wall there on the back straightaway. As we come back to live pictures right now here at Cedar Lake Speedway race fans. I tell you what, Brett, what a cool opening couple of laps that was.
I mean, I've got to say, all heat races so far have just been absolutely phenomenal. It really just sets the night on what's to come. After this heat race, 2 15-lap B mains where we'll take the top 4, and then our 92-lap main event. After B main number 2, we'll have a warm-up session, and then we will get ready for the 92-lap main event. I dare say that we will see a track reset coming out after the B main. The drivers will have 2 or 3 minutes to bring it into racing condition. But again, 92 laps on the board. We're also going to have the missing man formation as well, which, Matt, we see it from time to time. With the 4-wide salute, there's no better sight in all the motorsports.
Mate, I tell you what, anytime that I see a 4-wide salute, I don't know about you, but it sends shivers up my spine and my hairs stand up on my arms because I tell you what, race for any new fans that are watching online here tonight, you wait until we go 4 wide. It is going to be one of the coolest sights you'll ever see in motorsport. So, Brett, in saying that, we're going to get set to let them loose once again for heat race number 4.
Hey, just quickly as well, when we do the missing man formation, if you don't have a drink, grab a drink because we've got something cool to say about John. Obviously, the things we've already read out, starting at the top of the broadcast, and again, we'll go through it during the warm-up session for the people that may have missed it. But we ask that you get a drink, grab a beer. More importantly, if you like that kind of stuff, if you want to have a beer, grab it and get ready for the main event. We've got heat race number 4 about to go back to green, this time by Ethan Toda, your race leader. 2 down in the books, 8 laps left to run here in the final heat race of the night for the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. We're back to green and Ryan Flatton immediately down to the inside. Matt through 1 and 2.
Down the back shot of it, going to turn number 3 and 4. Flatton runs the top side, drifts up high in front of Dylan Yeager. Down the main straight they run, this time into turns 1 and 2, now is 7 remaining. Here in heat race number 4, down the back shot of it, goes Toda leads. Over. Ryan Flatton and Dylan
position number 2 to Jaeger. All over the back of this turn number 1 and 2. Jaeger cuts it back to the middle of the racetrack, down the back straight. Here comes Jaeger. Slide Joe and Ryan Flatten turns it back underneath him. Good racing for second and third.
Down to turns 1 and 2 they go once again, running the top side of the speedway. The cushion is where to be right now in turns 1 and 2. Down to turns 3 and 4 again, they run the top side. Down the main straight they run this time, now with 4 remaining. Here in heat race number 4, Brett.
Yeah, following race after that, still Flatten and Jaeger going at it toe to toe. Meanwhile, Ethan Taylor looking to start on the outside of row number 2 for your 92 lap main event. Jaeger back to the inside and Flatten once again. Another slide coming to 1 and 2 to Ryan Flatten. 2 good on the crossover. Dylan Jaeger. Here comes Tina Tomasi starting to put pressure on the 48 and Dylan Jaeger 2 to 1.
Down to turns 1 and 2 they go once again, down the back straight away into turns 3 and 4. Down through turns 3 and out of turn number 4 this time by the white lights are flashing. The heat race number 4, Brett, bring us home.
Well, it's been the Ethan Taylor show here in heat race number 4 for the final time. Through 3 out of 4. The 23T, Ethan Taylor, victorious in heat number 4. Second will go to Ryan Flatten. Third at the line is going to be Dylan Jaeger. Tanner Tomasi in fourth. And how about Bob Klein coming home in position number 5? But not a bad drive for Bob Klein, considering he was involved in the accident.
Absolutely. Not a bad way to finish off here tonight for Bob Klein. Meanwhile, just quickly, your results for heat race number 4. It was Ethan Toder, Ryan Flatten, Dylan Jaeger, and Tanner Tomasi going through to tonight's A-Main. We are set right now to take a look at your B-Main number 1. And it's going to be Travis St. Clair on the front row to his outside, the 70 of Davin Cardwell.
Chris Peters lines up at a position number 3 in the 23 to the outside in the 00. Position number 4, that is John Darby.
Position number 5, we'll see the 9 machine of Jacob Walker to his outside with the 30 machine of Brendan Holtmeyer.
And we go back to James Braswell in the 18, starting position number 7 to the outside, the 24 of Jeffrey Lean, position number 8.
Position number 9, we'll see the 127 of Blake Majulis to his outside, the Hood Up Motorsports number 38, that is Larry Townsend.
And your 6th and the final row from position number 11, car number 11, that is Shane Yates. And to the outside, scheduled to roll off at a position number 12. It's the 6 of Evan Larson, who, man, he had some mechanical issues and he has missed the start. So Evan Larson will not make the call for the start of B-Main number 1. But the big news is, can Blake Majulis, can he come from position number 9 into a top 4?
I'll tell you what, it's going to show over the course of this 15 lapper here at Cedar Lake. I tell you what, watch Chris Peters, Brett. He was in, he transferred from one of the B-Mains throughout this week and he came back within a top 10 finish. So he's going to be one to watch in this B-Main right now.
Well, 15 laps is the distance. We'll take the top 4 from this one and put them on the inside from positions number 17, 19, 21, and 23. Travis St. Clair and Davin Cardwell. Green flag is out in B-Main number 1. We're racing.
Down to turns 1 and 2, St. Clair. Oh no! Big crash in turn 1 and 2. Cars go upside down and Chris Peters, talk about the commentator's curse, ends up upside down. And wow. Take a look at cooldown.tv instant replay. Peters just got all sorts of tight in 1 and 2. John Darby was an innocent victim in that one. Absolutely had nowhere to go. James Braswell came up in that one, and so too Brendan Holtmeyer. And wow, not the way you want to end your night here at Cedar Lake Speedway, Brett.
So we're going to blame Matt on this one. Wow, Matt.
Why?
Why? Because you were talking about Chris earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. So it's a.
That's why I did say commentator's curse.
Yeah, I want to see some blame Matts in chat.
Please don't.
Oh yeah, you know when I get a trend going, it takes off.
Yeah, I know that. Absolutely. So we'll get set to let them loose. Once again, no laps in the books. So we'll still have 15 laps to contest here at Cedar Lake Speedway, with Travis Sinclair and David Cardwell is positions 1 and 2. Then you go back to Jacob Walker, James Braswell, if he has restarted. Looks like he has done so in the 18 car. Blake Majulis back down there as well in position number 6 right now. And well, I'll tell you what, Brett, you said it. If he's going to try and make it into tonight's A-main, he's already up 3 positions from 9.
Yeah, we still got some cars to pass. Meanwhile, Travis St. Clair leads B-main number 1 back underway. And we're back to yellow. Uh-oh. That's Blake Majulis in the 127. Matt, you got to stop doing this.
I know.
That's twice now. Matt, we have yet to get down the back straightaway, and the 2 people you've spoken about have been involved in an incident.
Oh, well, I can't help that.
Wow, wait.
So, yep. It's unfortunate.
Oh boy, that's a tough break. But looks like he's going back up to the 6th position, Matt.
Looks like so. So we'll go back to live pictures here at Cedar Lake Speedway. 1 lap in the books. Travis Sinclair is your race leader. Then you go back to David Cardwell, Jacob Walker. Then you go back to James Braswell in position number 4 in the 18 car. So let's see what's going to happen here on this restart. Brett, why don't you bring us back to the green?
Yeah, look, you need to stop talking about certain drivers, so let's go back to green. B-main number 1, essentially 2 down with 13 remaining, and well, it'll be an omen for the 13T of Travis St. Clair. Davin Caldwell sits in 2nd, 3rd is Jacob Walker, and James Braswell Jr. in the 18, in that all-important 4th and final transfer position. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Lee taking up the challenge from Blake McGill. We work in the turn number 1.
Yeah, turn 22, yes, so go down the back straight away. Into turn number 3 and 4, Majulis looking to the inside. Now moves up to position number 5 on the speedway. Challenging with Jeffrey Lee in turns 1 and 2. Majulis to the inside. Tries to drift up high and takes over position. Down to turns 3 and 4 they go this time by. Well, bit of contact there in turn number 3 and 4 between James Braswell and we are yellow. Larry Townsend went upside down in turn number 3 and 4. As Brett will take a look at your lookout.
So Townsend in the 39, just some contact there with Shane Yates down into 3. Brendan Holtmeyer in that 30 machine, just having a piece of that one as well. Also, I'm going to say, and Townsend, well, not a happy night for Larry Townsend in the 38.
No, absolutely not. So he'll restart down the back of the bus. We'll put up Motorsports, BitFX Gaming, number 38 machine. See if he can bring the 38 car back up into a top 4 run. He's been pretty quick here over the last couple of nights. So we'll see what the 38 machine can do from the back of the bus. There is the 9 car of Jacob Walker on screen. So good to see him up in the top 3 at the moment. James Braswell back there in 4. Blake Majulis back there in position number 5. And well, Brett, we're on lap number 5. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the timer will go back to lap number 4. So we'll have, what is it, 12 to go.
No, 5 down, 10 to go.
Okay.
Come on. You've had all the week, Matthew.
I've had it good all week, I know. Mistakes happen.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? That's just a part of it. Lights are still on, so they're just determining the reason for the caution in race control. A number of admins here tonight. Looks like Shane Yates has been given the end of line penalty, so Shane Yates will be charged with the penalty on that one. So we'll go to the back and we'll go green flag in a couple of laps time.
So let's see what's going to happen on this restart. We'll have 10 laps to go when we come back to the green flag. And it's going to be a cracking finish here in B main number 1 for the Pro Late Models. The second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial. So line up in 2x2 formation. Looks like they are set to go. The pace car is set to pull back in. Brett, we are going back to green.
5 down and 10 to run, so 1/3 of the race distance. That means 2/3 are left if you can't do some simple math. 3 wide, return of 1 and 2 we go. Mitchell's on the inside of a 3 wide battle. Who will come out victorious in this one? At the moment, it's Travis St. Clair, the race leader. Davin Cardwell sits 7, 1 car wide on the inside grass there. And we go yellow for our 4th time, and it looks like it's going to be Jeffrey Lean in the 24 car upside down.
Way to end the night for Jeffrey Lean. Actual pulldown.tv instant replay. Just caught the cushion in turn 1 and 2. Unsettled the race car just a little bit on Brendan Holtmeyer. Was trying to capitalize on the 24 machine, and well, we know how that all ended. Unfortunately for Jeffrey Lean, goes upside down and he'll reside back in the pit area. So, Brett will get set to let him go once again here very soon, mate. But I'm pretty sure either it's going to be single or double file.
Just trying to listen into race control and just talking to the drivers. Again, this is normally you'd see anywhere in real racing a one-way communication system, but here on the iRacing.com service, drivers, well, sometimes depending on who your admins are and what kind of mood they're in, can be known as a two-way communication system, but obviously trying to keep it as real as possible. They're trying not to let the drivers talk back to race control. We're going double file, Matt. 7 down, 8 to go. Green flag this time by.
As they'll line up, pace car will get set to pull in. Will get set to go back to green. Travis Sinclair, your race leader down the main straight. They go once again into turns 1 and 2. Sinclair. Here comes Cardwell though on the top side of the speedway. Cardwell in the 7 machine. Down to turns 3 and 4. Down the main straight they run this time by. Now is 7 to go. In our B-main number 1 action for tonight. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway, it's a battle for the race lead right now. No contact between your top 2. And we're going to go back to yellow. Oh, gee. I'll tell you what, Brett. It is brutal here in B-main number 1 right now.
Yeah, these drivers are really fighting it out for the final 2 transfer positions. Make a look at your cooldown.tv instant replay. Cardwell with a slide job there on St. Clair. St. Clair turned underneath him and the drivers just got hooked together on the back straightaway. And unfortunately, you see Travis St. Clair go upside down. And we are just listening. I'm just listening in to race control. I'm going to call this one somewhat of a racing deal. We'll see what race control have to do with that one. And it looks like they're going to charge Travis St. Clair with that one. So Davin Cardwell is going to get the race lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, race fans. A tough night at the office for some of these drivers. Here tonight at Cedar Lake Speedway, the final transfer positions up for grabs into tonight's A-main. And right now, it is time to get set to go back to the green flag out of turn number 4. Davin Cardwell jumps on the front pedal. We go back to green.
Cardwell with 7 to go. lead. Make that 6 to go. Keep an eye on the Jules again, working the inside. Brandon Holtmeyer 3 wide with James Braswell Jr. down into 3 and 4. Braswell on the top side. He's got position number 4 right now. Oh, make that 3 a lockdown. Darby, what can Darby do? Yellow is out. B main. We got John Darby around.
Hashtag blame Brett for that one.
I was looking at the time of the screen seeing John Darby. All of a sudden, I'm not the one that was talking about Chris Peters and then talking about Blake Majulis. And what do you know? The next two caution flags come out happen to involve both of those drivers.
That's right. Well, you called that one.
Now listen, I was just calling what was on screen. I just happened to see John Darby go around.
Oh, that's right, mate. We're just having some fun.
We always have fun, Matthew. We always have fun.
Do. The Aussie dynamic duo, mate. You know, we always have fun when we commentate some racing.
Incorrect. You can't call us the Aussie dynamic duo.
Who's that then?
I've got a better name. It's the Down Under duo.
Okay, we'll go with that then. That's cool.
Yeah, of course it is. I just made it up.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's all right. No worries, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's right, mate, as well.
I like it.
Yeah, got you on that one.
Thank you.
Ah, yes.
So, we'll go back to on track right now, and well, Cardwell is your race leader. Just hearing what's coming through from race control. Whoa. Tell you what, Brett. Wow.
Yeah, you
So
heard
John
it as well
Darby,
as I did.
Yep. Being sent back to the pits. And we know, Brett, that's not what you want in speedway racing. So, we're going to get set to let them loose once again. Brett, Cardwell, Walker and Braswell, your top three.
Well, don't forget Brendan Holtmeyer in 4th position. He's got a former iRacing World of Outlaws late model world champion hot on his heels in position number 5. Here we go, 11 down, 4 laps remaining here in B main number 1. Who will the top 4 be right now? It's Davin Cardwell to lead from Jacob Walker, James Braswell, and Blake Majulis down on the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. Holtmeyer on the outside, Majulis right to the middle of the racetrack. Brendan Holtmeyer has position number 4 on the line, 3 to go.
Oh, this is all on right now. Down the back, straight away they go this time into turn number 3 and 4. Are you kidding me? Through turn 3 for Majulis on the bottom side of the speedway. Down to 1 and 2 they go once again. Holtmeyer is right there. He's got the 4th and final transfer spot right now, but here comes Majulis on the top side. Majulis knocking on the rear door of the 30 machine of Holtmeyer. Down to 1 and 2 they go once again. Brett down the back straight away for the final time.
3 and 4, Majulis, 1 final last chance. Oh, there's contact with Majulis and Holtmeyer. But Davin Cardwell wins. 2nd will go to Jacob Walker. James Braswell Jr. 3rd, and Blake Majulis will grab the 4th and final transfer position.
Oh my. What a way to finish. B-main number 1. That was absolutely phenomenal with those closing laps there with Blake Majulis and Brendan Holtmeyer. Let's take a look right now at B-main number 2 grid, and on the front row, it is the 55 of Cameron Kaysen to his outside. We'll hit up Motorsports number 7, that is Bob Klein.
Row number 2 to the inside, position number 3, that is Chance Carr. To the outside, in car 7, position number 4, Dylan Perry.
Position 5, driving car 11, for Hot Up Motorsports, that'll be Cody Nevin. To his outside, driving car number 98, hails all the way from Georgia, that is Justin Thompson.
Position number 7 in car number 09. That's Colton Zimmer. To the outside, position number 8. It's the 500 of Tyler Berry.
Nick Otto for Nick Otto Racing will line up out of position number 9 in car 22 to his outside car number 30. That is Jeff Rempel.
Then we go back to Brenda Dole out of position number 11, and Justin Burke lines up from your 12th and final starting position. Matt, 15 laps, another top 4 to start positions 18, 20, 22 and 24.
It's going to be absolutely on here at Cedar Lake Speedway as we'll get set to let them loose. Time to get after it for B main number 2, 15 on the board. Let's go green.
Who will get it done here in B main number 2? The final 4 cars with 3 wide for 3, 4 and 5. Meanwhile, the race leader is Dylan Perry. No, in fact, it's going to be Chance Carr. There's a big pile up in turn of 3 and 4 as Chance Carr got to the start-finish time, but we're not going to let that one slide. We're going to go back as Tyler Berry in the 500 machine.
On screen, your cooldown.tv instant replay. Tyler Berry got into the back of Nick Otto in turn number 3 and 4. And unfortunately for Tyler Berry, went into the concrete wall hard in turn number 3 and 4. And that is not what you want.
Well, tell you what, tough break for Nick Otto, Tyler Berry, Cameron Kaysen, Bob Klein. Going to be thankful for that one because now they're going to get a chance to restart back on the front row.
That is correct. So we'll get set to let them loose once again, race fans. Complete restart here at Cedar Lake Speedway for B main number 2. The last chance to get into tonight's big dance. Looks like they're going to go single file here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Cameron Kaysen is set to jump on the front pedals. We go back to green.
B-main number 2, the final opportunity for drivers to get into the 92-lap main event. Kaysen leads the way from Chance Carr and Bob Klein. Klein on the outside, Carr on the inside. They go wheel to wheel down the front straightaway. Bob Klein in second position. Meanwhile, here comes Cody Nevin. We look into the inside there on Dylan Perry for that bottom transfer position.
Into turns number 3 and 4. This time by down the main straightaway they go. Into turns 1 and 2. 7 machine of Dylan Perry held that position down. So he's got the 4th and final transfer spot right now, looking for further positions on the speedway. Chance Carr right on the bottom side right now in turns 1 and 2, looking for the inside. Oh, Bob Klein down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4 this time by. Now they'll have 10 laps to go, Brett, as they cross the stripe.
10 to go for your race leader. You're watching Chance Carr on screen using the inside line for turn number 1 and 2. Right there with him is Dylan Perry. Perry to the outside. There you see Cody Nevin in 5th position. But right now the magic number is 4. Here comes Perry to the outside on Chance Carr. Carr again continuing to work the inside of the racetrack here at the Cedar Lake Speedway.
Down through turns 3 and 4, down the main straightaway they run this time. I tell you what, Dylan Perry's got that car working really nice right now on the top side of the speedway. So too, Chance Carr is on the bottom side. He's right on the bottom side nicely. Through turns 3 and 4, Klein still back there in second. Then you go back to Cody Nevin in position number 5 right now. But I'll tell you what, one man on the move is Colton 0-09.
Yeah, well, he's up to position number 6, and right now all over the back of Cody Nevin as Cody Nevin puts the pressure on Dylan Perry down into 1 and 2. A lot of drivers work on the top side. Oh no, Zimmer gets into the back of Cody Nevin, and Nevin done a great job to save it. 5 laps remaining as Cody Nevin now hard into the concrete wall in turns number 3.
Something very broken on that race car. So as we are under caution lights here at the Cedar Lake Speedway with 4 to go. just listening to what was coming through from race control. And I'll tell you what, Brett, not a way to end some nights here for some of these drivers.
No, I'm sure some of these drivers will be very, very disappointed to tell their final night of the second annual John Seitz Memorial Race has gone. And some drivers will have loved to have been in the 24 car field, but hey, Matt, like we know, sometimes you're on, sometimes you're not.
That's right. As we know in speedway racing across the world, it is a brutal game when it comes to your last chance qualifiers. It all comes down to the magic number of the transfer spot here tonight as we go back to green out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. And Cameron Kaysen leads us down to 1 and 2. Climb back there in second. Here comes Chance Carter down to turn number 3.
Look at Zimmer in the 09, wheeling it right to the middle of the racetrack. There goes Dylan Perry, back to the outside, just 3 circuits remaining. And Dylan Perry, does he have enough to hold off Colton Zimmer as he went into 3 and 4? 2 laps left to run for your race leader. Who's going to get a nut? Top 4 is up for grabs.
It definitely is right now. Through turns 1 and 2, down the back shoulder they go. Into turn number 3 and 4 as the white flag will fly. This time out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, Kaysen leads them into 1 and 2. Chance Car back there in second, then go back to Bob Klein. Into turn number 3 and 4 though for the final time in B-Main number 2 action. It's gonna be Cameron Kaysen taking out tonight's B-Main. Chance Car in second, Bob Klein third, and Dylan Perry a strong and finishing 4th position and makes it into tonight's 24 car A-Main over a distance of 92 laps. And Brett, we've seen some heat racing. We've now seen the last chance qualifiers. We're going to get set very shortly to go into 92 lap A-Main.
Yes, well, we have a track reset after that B-Main, so these drivers have a fresh racetrack. I'm just waiting on race control just to let us know how long it will be, because 92 laps I think is going to burn up pretty quickly with 24 cars on the racetrack. But of course, the main reason we are here, of course, the second annual John Seitz Memorial Race here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. February 4th, 2007, John Seitz had passed away. A great friend, competitor, champion, son, a husband, and a father. Passing at the age of just 36. He was a 3-time NLRA Series champion. Since his passing, John has been inducted into the River City Speedway Hall of Fame. John had won more than 160 races throughout his 13-year career after starting in super stocks before moving to late models. In 2004, John won the 2004 Harvest Bowl Nationals at River City Speedway. To John's wife and his 2 sons, not a day goes by where John isn't thought about. Again, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here across the social media page. We're live on cooldown.tv. We're live on River City Speedway. We're live on John Seitz Memorial. We're live on FYE Motorsports and, of course, Ultimate Dirt TV. We do want to thank the sponsors. We want to thank, of course, FYE Motorsports Promotions, River City Speedway, cooldown.tv, JDM Designs, Miller Family Trucking, World of Thunder Esports League, Ultimate Dirt TV, 4Link Motorsports, Nodak, Don Ashton Racing, Mid-South Mafia, BFX Gaming, Toll Racing. To each and every one of the drivers, fans that have raced or watched throughout the course of the week. Matt, you've been here all week. You covered the 4 nights by yourself. We dwindled this field down from 120 drivers roughly down to just 40 here tonight. Someone is going to walk away with a $492 payday. That's not a bad way to spend just a couple of hours in racing.
Absolutely, mate. And I'll tell you what, another stat about John Seitz is no matter where he started on the racetrack, he was always confident he could win a race, no matter where he started on the speedway. And I'll tell you what, having confidence like that, Brett, in speedway racing takes big kahunas to do so.
Yes, it certainly does, and I was reading from the same article that you were reading. And I think one of his last races, he actually started 24th, and he actually won the thing. So I mean, that's pretty badass to see. And obviously, we never got to see him race around, but we know there's a lot of great friends and family that are watching here tonight, and of course, watching throughout his 13-year career to win 100, more than 160 races, whether it's in super stocks or late models, to winning a series championship. Obviously now being inducted into the River City Hall of Fame. That's not a bad way to. Obviously, we would like to, his friends and family would love to him to still be here, but short career nonetheless. That's a pretty impressive resume.
I'll tell you what, mate, absolutely. And as we know, John will be watching down tonight on this race, and as these drivers will contest 92 laps. Very shortly, race fans around the Seitz Lake Speedway. And I'll tell you what, Brett, it is about to get gnarly, because I'll tell you what, this racetrack is going to be juiced up. We've got 24 Pro Late models about to turn it up here at Seitz Lake.
Well, we go back to heat race number 1. The incident between Bergeron and Julis. We heard from I heard from race control. They are saying that they are sending Bergeron to the back of the field. That's a storyline in itself, because to see those drivers come from the back trying to car through this field, but then you've got the likes of Damien Keefer, Evan C, who are going to start up near the front of the field. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of storylines that can be written here tonight.
There definitely is, mate, and I tell you what, it's going to be pretty cool to see, the likes of Blake McCullis, Alex Bergeron, to come from the back and see where they can finish in this 92 lapper. Again, Matthew Selby, he's been an absolute weapon all week here at Cedar Lake. You go back to Dylan Yeager, Tanner Tomasi. There's so many good names in this field, Brett, that we've seen race across the iRacing circuit. But hey, it all comes down to the 92 lapper here tonight.
Certainly does, of course. The 4 prelim nights we had throughout Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday nights. The prelim main events were only 46 laps. If you're wondering why 46 laps and not 92, well, prelim nights, if you're half 92, it gets you 46. And that's the reason we took the top 11 from Monday night in the prelim main event, put them to tonight. We took the top 11 from Tuesday night, put them in tonight's main event. We took the top 11 from Wednesday night, put them into tonight's main event. And of course, Friday's drivers were last year's drivers. We took the top 11 in that prelim main event and put them into tonight. Of course, a couple of drivers unable to make the call here tonight. So we still had 40 cars racing for 24 positions. The payout, $492 for first, $392 for second, $229 for third, $129 for fourth, $92 for fifth. Then you go back to $85 for sixth, $80 for seventh, $75 for eighth, $60 for ninth, $50 for 10th. Then you go down to $40 for 11th and 12th, $30 for 13 and 14, $25, $20, $20, $20, $20, and 15th for 20th on back. So some drivers are going to get some money back. Let's take a look at your starting grid for tonight's 92 lap main event from position number 1. What is now, well, we're just going to go through and call it as they line up on screen. It's going to be the 12 of Alex Bergeron. To the outside of the front row, it's the 46 of Matthew Selby.
Position number 3, driving for Team Vigilante Racing, TAC 3 Defence. Number 33, that'll be Evan C. To his outside, driving car number 23T, that is Ethan Toda.
Row 3 to the inside, position number 5, it's Desmond Busby. To the outside, position number 6, Brandon Dolman.
Position number 7, driving car 15, that'll be Austin Sessions. Position number 8 to his outside, driving car 5, that'll be Ryan Flatton.
Position number 9, driving car number 1, it's Jaden Walker. To the outside, it's the 2 from position number 10 of Jesse Wall.
Position number 11, driving car number 113, that is Paul Hollander. To his outside, from position number 12, driving the Team Vigilante Racing TAC 3 Defence, number 48, that is Dylan Yeager.
Position number 13, driving the 82, Max Mosher. To the outside, position number 14, it's the 0K of Damien Keefer.
Position number 15, driving car number 3, that'll be Barrett Bishop. To its outside, driving car number 09. This guy's going to be one to watch. It is the 91 of Tanner Tomasi.
Position number 17, we'll see the 70 of Davin Carwell. To his outside, position number 18, it's Cameron Kaysen.
Position number 19 will be the 9 car of Jacob Walker. To his outside, position number 20. Driving car number 2, Chance Carr.
Position number 21, it's the 18 of James Braswell Jr. To the outside, position number 22, driving the 7, Bob Klein.
Position number 23, driving the reliable energy, Chris Ferguson Motorsports. Majula C Speed Shop, number 127, that is Mr. Moneybags, Blake Majulis. And to his outside, position number 24 will be the car 7 of Dylan Perry.
Well, we can confirm Alex Bergeron was given an end of line, so he will go to the very tail of the field, and that will move the entire inside row up. Matt, have a look at who that puts on pole position, the 33 of Evan C.
Mate, I tell you, I have already shivers going up my spine because this is going to be awesome. Here right now at Cedar Lake Speedway, I cannot wait for this to happen here at Cedar Lake. I tell you what, Brett, I'm gonna leave this. I'm actually gonna leave this up to you, mate, because I know you got something cool in the bags for us here tonight. As the drivers are about to get shown the signal to show the most awesome side in all of motorsport.
Yeah, I do have something cool, and really hope that the fans are going to enjoy this one. But that's going to just quickly. It's going to put Matt Selby, Seitz driver. They're going to chop and change rows. So Matt Selby is going to line up on the pole position, but as the drivers are being told to get into the greatest sight in all of motorsports, they are going to do a 4-wide salute. They are going to do the missing man formation. We do want to say thank you very much to everybody that has tuned in here tonight. If you've got a beer, we want to do something cool. If you want to grab a PBR, which is the Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, which happened to be John's favorite beer. John Seitz, hold up your beer, ladies and gentlemen. John, this is for you, the greatest sight in all of motorsports. So the missing man formation is happening right now. You just see Matthew Selby just backing up.
I'll tell you what, Brett. How cool is this? You don't get any better, mate. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway, as these drivers are about to contest 92 laps here at Cedar Lake. Brett Wheeler, we're going to hand it down to you, mate, for this one, as this is about to get gnarly here at Cedar Lake.
Yes, they're just getting the final preparation, race control, just giving the final instructions and letting the drivers know what is at stake. So again, thank you to the drivers that have participated all throughout the week for the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race here on the iRacing.com service. Tonight, yes, we are here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. They've been told to go back up into rows of 2 by 2 to their starting positions. Matt, I gotta say, I'm picking Evan C on this one.
I thought you would, mate. I thought you would. I don't know who I'm going to take on this one. It's going to be a tough race, but we'll see who's leading it at halfway.
That is such a cheat. But here we go, 1 to green, this time by John Seitz. Another day goes by where your friends and family don't miss you. John, these next 92 laps are for you. The second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. We are green here at Cedar Lake.
Here we go, green race fans. Down to a 1 and 2 they go for the first time. Bergeron's only looking at the top. He's down the back of the bus right now, but through turns 3 and 4 for the first time. And your opening race leader will be the 46 car for Ford Motorsports. It's Matty Selby down the back straightaway. Here comes Evanson looking to the outside. Into turn number 3 and 4. We are yellow on the speedway. One car upside down. That is the 20 machine of Brendan Dolman. We're going to take a look at your cooldown.tv instant replay. And they were 3 and 4 wide in the pack. And Dolman was running the top side. Looks like Jesse Wall got all sorts of tight on the bottom side of the speedway and just caught the left rear of the number 20 machine. So Jesse Wall in car number 2 will be sent to the rear of the field. And Brett, a way to open up tonight's A-Main, mate. That was fantastic. Well done.
Thank you. It was, I did something similar when we had the McSwain Duval Classic, and just sort of, something that popped into my mind. I wanted to run it by Nick first, and when I first come across it, he actually started tearing up. So we hope the fans enjoyed it. I also had something different. I had 2 to go off, but I gave Nick the option on what to pick. So that's what we went with. But Jesse Wall was given the end of the line penalty. Unfortunately, we got one car who, in fact, is Dylan Yeager coming back out onto the racetrack. But Brandon Dolman in the number 20 machine is back in the pit area.
All right, race fans. Drivers have been given the signal. Lights are out. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Let's get set to let them loose once again, race fans. Matty Selby and Evans down the front row. Out of turn at number 4, we are back to racing.
Early race leader Matthew Selby down to the inside. Ethan Toda running in second position, but how long for? Because here comes Evan C. To the middle of the racetrack he goes. Toda strong on the bottom side at the 33. Starting to wind up, and here comes right in front, getting and tagging on to the back of the 33.
Down to turns number 3 and 4, they run this time by Matthew Selby. Here's your race leader in the Falling Motorsports number 46. See through the middle of the speedway right now. Down the back straight, they run into turns number 3 and 4. Damien Kiefer up to position number 10 on the speedway. Into turns number 3 and 4, they'll run this time by. Down the main straightaway. Into turns number 1 and 2, they go once. So this is turns 3 and 4, my bad, get the corners wrong. Out of turn 4, they'll run this time right down the main straight. There is on board right now with Ethan Toda, Brett.
This battle between Toda Flatton and Jaden Walker as well. Walker into the back of Toda Flatton into position number 3. Again, you're watching Ethan Toda on screen, the 23. To the middle of the racetrack, he goes through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back chute, Jaden Walker in the 1 machine. Tell you what, Matt, he's a driver that really surprised me here this week, and I'd love to see Jaden Walker with a top 5 finishing result.
Definitely, he's been working me all week here at Cedar Lake Speedway, and can't wait to see what's left in the tank for that 1 machine. Down out of turn number 3 and 4, down the main straight, they'll run this time by. And well, they've got 81 laps left to go.
Close,
82, sorry. Yes, it is. Into turns 1 and 2, they go once again. Down the back straight away into turn number 3.
So what, there's a good battle going on for around the 11th position right now. Desmond Busby, Jacob Walker, Paul Hollander. Again, look at this mid-pack right now. We've got 2 and 3 wide action, and there is a hornet's nest of cars. Look at them on screen, mate. You can't fault the drivers at the moment. Bergeron wheeling his way through the field, as is Blake Majulis, and the complete of Blake Majulis already up to position number 10.
I'll tell you what though, Brett, Bergeron's not far behind him. He's back there in position number 14 at the moment on the racetrack. Into turn, down the main straight they'll run into turns 1 and 2 once again. And well, Bergeron running the top like a boss. The 12th machine is on point. Into turn number 3 and 4. This time by down the main straightaway. Contact in the middle of the pack right now. I think that might have been Jacob Walker, and it was the 09 car, Tanner Tomasi. I believe it would have been in there. Down the main straight they'll run this time. Into 1 and 2, Jaden Walker on screen in the 1 machine. Here comes Damien Kiefer. Started way down the pack, he's now up into a top 7-1 at the moment. Running back there in position number 7 motorway. No, sorry, 3.
Now, tell you what, Washington Damien Kiefer battle with Jaden Walker, and also Austin Sessions for positions 5, 6 and 7. Just behind them, Barrett Bishop in 8, and Darren Carbon 9th, and Blake Majoras rounding at your top 10. Matt, already you're starting to see a lot of slip on the bottom side and on the top side in the turns. Through 1 and 2, there's like a grip line that goes right through the middle of the racetrack, and some drivers being able to utilise it.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, through turns 1 and 2. You can also see it there through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, they run though down the main straightaway. Challenge for the race lead between Evan C and Matthew Selby. Down the back straightaway they go this time into turn number 3 and 4. Contact between your top 2. Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, Ryan Flatton. I'm pretty sure it is in the 15 car. Is a lap car down the back of the bus. I tell you what though, Brad, Damien Keefe will be licking his lips at the moment between this battle up at the front.
Yeah, actually Ryan Flatton is actually on the lead right, mate. He's right there with your top 2, so there's your top 3 on screen right now with the 15 of Ryan Flatton. Just in front of him, you see the 46 of Matthew Selby. And again, I'm sure Matthew Selby would love to grab himself a win here tonight, even a podium. And I'm sure he would love a few extra $100 here on the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. Meanwhile, Evan C will lead at the end of lap number 23, which means 69 to go.
Down the main straight they run once again into turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Damien Kiefer. Back there in the 6th position at the moment on the speedway. Down to turns 3 and 4 they'll run this time by. Down the main straight they run. Into 1 and 2. Jaden Walker there on the top side of the speedway. I tell you what, getting up the top there, Brett, it's going to be pretty Texas up there a little bit later on here tonight.
Well, keep an eye on Ryan Flatton. He's closing in once again on Matthew Selby. Ethan Taylor as well, working the bottom of the racetrack. Be very interesting to see if this race stays green, how long it stays green for, and how far we get into lap traffic. Evan C with another lap in the books. Meanwhile, Flatton and Selby side by side for positions number 3 and 4. Selby to the middle in the turns 3. Flatton goes to the cushion. Flatton now fending off the challenge from Ethan Taylor in the 23. 3 different lines for positions 2, 3 and 4.
Tell you what, it's all on right now. Bergeron back there, position number 13 on the speedway. We're on board right now with Ethan Taylor in the 23T. Right in the middle part of the speedway in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway battling with Ryan Flatton in the 15 car. This is for minor placings here tonight in tonight's A-Main. They're battling for a position number 3 at the moment. Here comes Damien Kiefer though. Kiefer running the bottom side of the speedway in 1 and 2. Walker on the top side. Down the back straight they run into turn number 3 and 4. This time by 30 laps in the books, Brad.
30 down with 62 remaining. Toda fending off for what you see the challenge as Ryan Flatton, he's back outside the top 5. Jaden Walker moved into 4th. 5th is now Damien Kiefer. Have a look at some big movements through the field. Of course, Damien Kiefer from 14th up to 5th. That's at a +9. Majulis 23rd to 8. That's +15. Also some names, Barrett Bishop 15 tonight. Gavin Caldwell 17th to 10th. And Chance Carr from 20th up to position number 14.
Oh, wow. It's all on here tonight, race fans. How good is this A-Main so far? Down the back straight, they run into turn number 3 and 4. There is Jacob Walker on screen, the 9 machine. Out of turn 4, they'll run this time by down the main straight into turns 1 and 2. Cameron Kaysen back there right now in the 15th position. Into turns number 3 and 4. Braswell Jr. back there in 17th. At the moment, battling with Cameron Kaysen. Dylan Yeager, he's back there as well, not having the run he wanted to tonight. Brett, the team Victor Lane Racing number 48.
Yeah, well, look, unfortunately, you know, you have your good nights and you have your bad nights. And right now, it's just not tonight. And there is our second caution of the evening as we go yellow. And we've got another car upside down. That's Jacob Walker, who has now gone back to pit road.
I'll tell you what, wow. The 9 machine of Jacob Walker upside down in a big way in the 9 machine. Not the way to end his night here tonight at Cedar Lake Speed. So he'll will end up on the back of the virtual tow truck here at Cedar Lake, and he'll reside back in the area. But how good has this A main been, race fans? Evan C is the race leader. Then go back to Matthew Selby, Ethan Toda, Jaden Walker, Damien Keefe for your top 5. I tell you what, Brett, we've had a pretty good green flag run here so far. But, mate, what are you making in the race here tonight so far?
Well, they did say that the track was going to slick it off pretty quickly, and considering that, you know, we've still got, what are we, 92 minus 36, someone do the math for me, I want to say about 56 to go. But, I mean, the racing so far has been fantastic. Just the second caution of this main event. We'll go back to green this time by Evan C with a good launch, but look at Matty Selby. Selby to the outside he goes, going to challenge for a race lead down the back straight away. Drag race into tournament 3. Who's going to have it at the start-finish line? It's going to be Evan C back to the lead, or staying in the race lead.
Down to turns 1 and 2 once again. They go down the back straight away. Into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Alex Bergeron. Bergeron up to position number 8 on the speedway right now as they cross the start-finish line. Back there in position 10, sorry. Down the back straight into turn number 3 and 4. Just got a text message for my bad. Keep the phone and not paying attention. Into turn 1 and 2 they go once again. Damien Keeper on point right now in the 0K. I tell you what, Brett, he's been a dark horse here this week, but mate, he's having a good run right now.
Yeah, he certainly is, and well, we'll see what he can continue to do here. How about, Jaden Walker in the 1 machine, holding down the final spot on the podium. Have a look at the driver that come from the B main. Blake Majulis, he's up to position number 7. Davin Caldwell, the winner of B main number 1. He's in 8th position with Bergeron behind him. Caldwell around the outside of Majulis. Majulis looking down low into tournament 3 and 4. In front of him is Ethan Taylor and Damien Keeper. Again, these two guys have gone wheel to wheel since the restart there on the last yellow.
I'll tell you what, it's been all on here tonight, race fans. How good has this A-main been? We're now 43 laps in the 43 laps in the books as we go yellow once again. Looks like I think it might have been Paul Hollander there, Brett, in the 113 car.
Oh, is that Braswell Jr. getting into the back of him in the 18? It was. And then that was Cameron Kaysen in the 55, who was behind Braswell and, well, the D1RT 113 machine of Paul Hollander. As we are about to come back to live pictures, thanks to cooldown.tv for the instant replays. Again, I want to give a massive shout out to the folks at FYE Motorsports, River Cities, and of course, cooldown.tv for the production of this race. And again, we thank you for each and every one of you fans for not only coming out tonight, but of course throughout the week on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday night prelims. It's been a busy week for Matt Bailey, and Matt, well, it all comes to a screaming halt at the end of this 92-lap main event, and we're not far away from half race distance.
I'll tell you what, mate, it's been a fantastic week, and I can't be thankful enough to yourself, to Nick, to Chris for allowing me to be on the mic here this week. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So I can't wait to see what the closing laps of tonight's A-Main is going to bring us. But I'll tell you what, mate, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's been awesome this week as we are set to go back to green flag, though, race fans. Out of turn number 4, let's go back to racing with Evan C, your race leader.
Oh, you nearly said Ethan Toder then. I'll slow big
Nearly.
job on the line. Yeah. Selby again with the run down the back straight away. Here comes Ryan Fun. Down to the inside on Matthew Selby. Fun trying to challenge for the race lead. Winner with 3 wide. Here comes Fun. Slow job for the lead. Fun. Evan Seitz turns it back underneath him. And Evan Seitz back to the race lead. Here comes Matthew Selby. Going to throw his head into the mix.
Wow, out of turn number 4, this is all good and well right now. 3 wide down the main straight away. Into 1 and 2, they go. Here comes Kiefer. What a move in turn 1 and 2. Down the back straight into turns 3 and 4. Damien Kiefer. Wow, what a move. Here comes Majulis. Blake Majulis, one on the bottom side. Up to position number 3 right now on the speedway. He's looking for further positions in tonight's A-Main. But wow, I'll tell you what, Brett, it's all on here at Cedar Lake.
Oh my, we are yellow. Holy cow. Cameron Gayson and Paul Hollander, 2 drivers involved in that one. But Matt, the battle for the lead, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position, it was on. Mate, don't worry about DK, he's not the Drift King. Worry about Donkey Kong because that was insane.
Mate, I'm almost out of breath. This has been phenomenal. What a race here tonight. As we get set to go back to live pictures here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Oh my giddy aunt. I tell you what, Brett, you can't get any better than this. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal on this restart with Damien Kiefer up now into position number 2 on the racetrack. Oh, mate, I tell you, I've got the biggest smile on my face because this A-Main is impressive.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive, Matt. Just today, James Braswell Jr. was charged with the caution there, so he'll go to the end of the line, which means he'll go to the tail end of the field, and well, we're set to go back green in just a couple of laps' time. But now this changes up the top 3. Of course, Evan C is still your race leader. Damien Kiefer now moves to the outside of the front row. And have a look at Blake Majulis up to position number 3.
I'll tell you what, Brett, this is going to be a cracking restart. Majulis in 3, Bergeron back there in position number 8. We've got 44 left to go. Out of turn number 4, Brett. We're going to get set to go back to green with Evan C. Jumps on the fun pedal.
Well, we've got a good start, and as does Blake Majulis. And Majulis right to the rear bumper of Evan C. 3 wide, Selby Fun and Damien Kiefer. Flatton tried to go for the slide, but had to back out because Blake Majulis was on the inside. Nearly a challenge for the race lead, but Flatton and Damien Kiefer battle it out for positions on the 3 and 4. Caldwell Walker, some contest. Here goes Kiefer back around the outside. Keep an eye, challenge for the race lead coming. Blake Majulis diving down low in the turn of 1 and 2. Looks for the slide of Evan C. He'll pull it up midway point of turn number 1 and 2, but Evan C back around the outside of the 127.
Wow, what a race. The top 4 at the moment are absolutely banging on a show. How good is this race, fans? Down the back straight, we are yellow once again. Chance Carr has turned the car around in turn number 4. As we take a look at cooldown.tv instant replay, Jesse Wall, I think it was there, getting into the 2-car Chance Carr. Tell you what, this racetrack is starting to get slippery. It's absolutely on right now, Brett. There is still a little bit of a grip line in turn 1 and 2, so too in turns 3 and 4. You can see it. Just a little bit of a slight darker patch there in 1 and 2 and also in 3 and 4. But I tell you what, mate, this A-Main, how good.
Oh, it's phenomenal. And we've still got 40 laps to go once we take the green flag again.
Wow. I tell you what, race fans, we're so happy that you can join us here on cooldown.tv and across the social media pages. It has been a phenomenal night of speedway action here at Cedar Lake Speedway. But it is not over yet. We're still going to have 40 laps to go. Well, I tell you what. So, Brett, I said just about the half race distance. I said I was going to try and pick someone, and I tell you what, it wasn't a cheap shot, but I'm going to go Majulis.
Yeah, no, I'm switching to Majulis now. Now that he's up to second.
No, sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, I can.
No,
actually, I'll tell you what, okay, that's fine. I won't pick, because you cheated at the halfway point, and we are 6 laps now past half race distance. I'm going to pick someone at lap number 92.
All right. We're set to go though, back out of turn number 4 as we go back to green. Down to turns 1 and 2 they go once again. Down the black straightaway they go into turn number 3 and 4, and well, it's all on right now here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway.
Evan C continues to lead the way from Blake Majulis. Damien Keeper, Ryan Flatten side by side. Now here comes Alex Bergeron in the 12 machine, going to make it a 3-car battle for the final spot on the podium. Who's it going to be? There's some contact around in 7th and 8th position. Majulis slide job for the race lead on C. C again working back to the outside. Then you go back to Flatten, Keeper and Bergeron. You can throw a blanket over 3, 4 and 5.
Oh, it's all on right now, race fans. How good is this? Down the main straight they run. Down the back straight they run. Into turns number 3 and 4. Majulis is right there. How good? Down the main straight this time. Into 1 and 2. But they both run the top side. In turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight away. We're working lap number 57 of 92. Out of turn 4, down the main straight, Kiefer. He's back there in position number 3, I think it is at the moment. And it is currently 3rd for Damien Kiefer. Flatten still on the top side. Here comes Bergeron. Bergeron back there in position number 5 right now on the speedway. This team ABR Esports number 12. Running through the middle part of the speedway, 1 and 2. Trying to track down and put another move on the 15 car of Ryan Flatten. Also Matty Selby still there as well, Brent, the 46.
33 to run for the number 33 machine of Evan C. We tick another lap, so that is lap number 60 in the books of this 92 lap main event. 32 to go back, just a couple of laps away from what could be just a normal 30 lap feature event, but this track is still slick and there's still plenty of different lines to be happening right now at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. You just go back to take a look at the battle. The positions 3, 4 and 5. Damien Kiefer to the inside of Ryan Flatten. Flatten through the middle. Bergeron trying to work the cushion through 1 and 2. Now going to try and split the difference down into 3 and 4. 3 wide for a split second. But Damien Kiefer, Ryan Flatten, Alex Bergeron, you draw 3 drivers can take them out.
Absolutely. How good is this? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Absolutely all on right now here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Down the main straight they run into 1 and 2. Once again Bergeron on the top side, Flatten through the middle. Kiefer on the bottom side. Into turn 3 and 4. Once again Bergeron drifts up high. Catches the concrete in turn 3 and 4. Down the main straight they run once again, Brett. It's all on right now. How good is this battle?
Wow, there's just battles all over the racetrack, but none better than the battle you're seeing on screen. Flatten in 3rd, Bergeron 4th. Then you go back to Damien Kiefer, who's rounds out the top 5. Matty Selby, who has had a phenomenal week here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, running in 6th position. Darren Cowell from winning B-Lane number 1. He knows he's going from 17th, he's up to 7th. But right now, Damien Kiefer watches this battle between Ryan Flatten and Alex Bergeron just in front of him again. Trying to make this a 3-car battle with Bergeron to the outside of Ryan Flatten. Kiefer nearly got into the back of front here to check up.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's all on. How good is this? I'll tell you what, bro, I know I keep repeating myself, but if there's no other words can express, this is just exceptional racing. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway here tonight, we're on board right now with Damien Kiefer in the 0K machine. Currently running in the 4th position. Bergeron has gotten past him in the 12 machine. Go down the main straight once again into turn number 1 and 2. Bergeron running the cushion. How good right now. Evan C is still your race leader. Then you go back to Blake Majulis, Davin Cardwell. And this is all on right now, Brett. I tell you what, you can't get any better than this.
No, just looking at the gap, the previous lap there between Evan C. Blake and Jules, it was 0.572. We took another lap in the book, and now the gap goes out to 0.887. So Evan C. has just picked up 0.3 of a second there on Blake Majulis on that lap that we just had. Now, this time by, can he extend it, or will Blake Majulis will he eat into it? It goes to 0.918. So Evan C. still by far quicker than your second driver of Blake Majulis, and Bergeron some 2.2 seconds away from your race leader.
I tell you what, it's all on. Evan C. runs the top side. In turns 1 and 2, there's Blake Majulis there on screen. In turns 3 and 4, running the bottom side of the speedway. How good. Started 23rd on the grid, and we are caution. Dylan Yeager back to the pits in the Team VLR. Number 48 machine. Looks like he just got the wall in turns 1 and 2 and spun the car.
Matt.
I'll tell you what, though. Yes.
Okay, just finish what you were going to say. Finish your thought.
I was going to say he rode the wall there like a skateboard.
Yes. You know what we haven't used tonight, and I love to bring it out on Dylan Yeager because he's a cheeky little young fella. I know he can handle it.
Yeah.
But has anyone told him that he can't park there?
Absolutely. And you know what? The your offsider that created the Power Plus presentation is actually watching online.
Yes, I know.
So how good is that to have? We're going to go back to green flag very shortly, though, here at Cedar Lake Speedway. And we are not far away from entering tonight's closing stages of tonight's A-Main.
Even Brandon Holtmeyer picked up on where I was going with that one.
Absolutely. I'm sure he would have. We're back to green, though, Brett. Evan C. with a good launch. Down to a 1 and 2 they go this time.
18 remaining here at Cedar Lake, the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. Here comes Bergeron down to the inside on Damien Kiefer. Majulis, he cut it from the top side down to the inside. Now the challenge for the race really starts to heat up. Who's it going to be? Will it be Evan C? Will it be Blake Majulis? They nearly made contact out on turn number 2. Slide jump by Majulis. C turns it back underneath him. What a race for the lead down in the turn number 1.
Are you kidding me? How good is this, race fans? Down the back straight away. Into turn 3 and 4. C takes the race lead back on the bottom side of the speedway. There was contact between your top 2. Down to a 1 and 2 they go. Majulis on the top side. C went through the middle. Into turn number 3 and 4. Attempted slider from Blake Majulis. Couldn't get the job done though. Down the main straight they run. Into turns number 1 and 2 they go once again on the cushion. Down the back shoot into turn 3 and 4. But it's not over.
13 laps to go for Evan C. He's been by far the dominant car in tonight's 79 laps of this 92 lap main event. Alex Bergeron, he had to go from the tail end of the field like Blake Majulis. Now he's up to position number 3 and he's all over the back of Blake Majulis through turn number 1 and 2. We've got 11 laps to go this time by, and Evan C. is driving form once again.
We've got an inaugural late model champion. We've got a 3-time world sprint car champion. We've got a guy in the race lead who is ever consistent. Always Mr. Consistent. I'm going to name him that. Actually, that'll be a good nickname. Mr. Consistent. Evan C. He's always fast when he jumps in a late model. I tell you what, your top 3, you can throw a blanket over them right now into turn number 3 and 4 this time. I tell you what, Brett, this is good.
Oh, this is far from good. This is spectacular. Bergeron to the inside of Blake Majulis. We've worked lap number 84 in the books. Just 8 laps to go. This time by, we are already less than a heat race distance. Majulis trying to run down your race leader of Evan C, but now he's trying to fend off the challenge from Alex Bergeron. Then you go back to Damien Kiefer in fourth, and running at your top five, the Forward Motorsports number 46 machine of Matthew Selby.
Wow. Selby running the top side. Tanner Tomasi is right there as well in the 09 machine. Out of turn number 3 and 4 this time by the other man Shadow. They've got 6 to go. Into 1 and 2. You can throw a blanket over second and third right now. Into turn number 3 and 4. Down the main straight away. Down to turns. Sorry, down the main straight into turns 1 and 2. Now 5 to go for your race leader, Evan C. No contact! Are you kidding me? Between second and third. Oh, Brett.
Just, you know what, Matt? We're going to leave that one alone. You know, we're just going to let the fans in chat say what they want about that one. We'll take a look at your cooldown.tv instant replay. Bergeron just gets into the back of Majulis. Kiefer comes in, tries to go low. And, well, Bergeron gets up on 2 wheels, but chaos ensued after that one. You better write the check already for Evan C.
Oh, dear.
I don't even want to get involved in that one, Matthew Bailey.
No, neither do I. Neither do I, but all I'm going to say is, oh, my. Wow. I'll tell you what. All I'm going to say is this, Brett. It was a fantastic, absolutely spectacular battle between your top 3.
Hold on. Hold the phone. I have just got some breaking news that the drivers, if you're not in the spectators chat, you won't know what's happened. I can confirm Blake Majulis and Alex Bergeron have been removed.
Oh, my. You hate to see it.
Now, oh, by the way, you picked Majulis still, so your pick's gone. You know, I gave you the chance, but you didn't want to take it. So I mean, I'm going to stick with my original pick of Evan C.
That's fine, mate. I'll you know, you've beaten me a few times now, so I'm comfortable with losing. Yeah,
don't feel bad. Look, there's quite a number of people. There's quite a number of people that you know, have tried to best me, even in a month long season picking. Here we go, Matt. 4 laps left to run. Evan C, Damien Kiefer second, and Matthew Selby in third. Damon Cardwell fourth. Then you go back to Tanner Tomasi running at your top 5. 3 to go this time by.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's not over till the fat lady sings. Down the main straight they run this time by into 1 and 2. They've got 3 to go. Make that 2.5 as they go down the back straight away. Into turn number 3 and 4 this time by race fans. The popsicle sticks are out for your A-main here tonight. Evan C is your race leader. Into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight away. Into corners number 3 and 4. Here comes Kiefer. Kiefer to the inside. Off Evan C. Couldn't get the pass completed though. Your white flag is out for tonight's A-main. Here at Cedar Lake Speedway and Evan C. 2 turns to go around the Cedar Lake Speedway. 3 turns, 3 and 4. How about it, race fans? Get your hands together for Evan C. Whoa. I'll tell you what, Brett. I am out of breath, mate. This is phenomenal. It is done. The check has been written for your race leader of Evan C. and takes the win. Parks it up on the podium up here on the front stretch. Wow.
And Team Victory Lane Racing, they go 1 and 2 here tonight. Matthew Selby in the Forlick Motorsports. We'll take a look at your feature results. Here's your top 10 on screen. Evan C, now a first-time winner of the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial. Damien Kiefer home in second. Third will go to Matthew Selby. Davin Cardwell rallies from 17th to 4th. 5th went to Tanner Tomasi from 16th. Then you go back to Ethan Toto in 6th. Barry Bishop in 7th. Ryan Flatten 8th. Austin Sessions 9th. And Dylan Perry from 24th to 10th.
Absolutely a phenomenal run. Let's take a look at your back half now. And Paul Hollander comes home in 11th. Chance Cartsworth, Bob Klein 13th. James Braswell Jr. 14th. Pardon me. Then go back to Jaden Walker, Cameron Kaysen. Desmond Busby, Blake Majulis 18th. Alex Bergeron 19th. Dylan Yeager to round out your top 20.
And then 21 to 24, Max Mosher in 21st, Jesse Wall 22nd, Jacob Walker 23rd, and Brandon Dolman in position number 24.
Oh, wow. What a race here tonight. I tell you what, race fans, I want to see I know in the chat there is a massive big clapping emoji. I want to see that all over the social media pages right now, because I tell you what, he deserves it. Driving car 33, it is Evan C. We're going to go down now to Brett Wheeler, and mate, I'm going to give you the biggest opportunity to chat with your race winner.
Well, standing by in victory lane in the Team Victory Lane Racing, number 33. Evan C., you are now the 2021 second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial winner. Man, you've just picked up $492. That must be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was, I knew it was going to be tough going into this race. A lot of fast guys, and, it seems like somebody different, is pretty fast on this track every night just because it's looks off a little bit different. And, I feel like if we can just, keep it clean and, not make any mistakes, not kill the wall, that we'd have a chance at the end. And, I don't know what happened behind me there with 5 to go or 10 to go, whatever that was. But, we're just trying to keep the lead there, and it slicked off. I knew it was going to be pretty hard to pass if we could just, get a car link ahead of somebody there, and, we was able to do that.
Man, you've really had this 33 on point here tonight, and of course throughout the prelim night as well. Your prelim night, you somewhat looked like you took it easy and just got yourself into the big dance. Was that always the game plan for you, just to take it easy in the prelim, lock yourself into tonight, and then worry about tonight?
Oh yeah, the prelim, we was fast in the prelim and just got killed by a lap car, and it's important to have a clean car on this track when it slicks off, because through 3 and 4 you're basically running straight through the slick, and if you have any damage, it's just it'll slow you down a couple tenths, 2 tenths, 3 tenths on this track. So which we had that Tuesday night. Alex had a clean car, he was able to beat us there, but I felt pretty confident if we could just keep it clean and minimize the damage and be up front at the end, and we'd have a good chance. And we was able to do that tonight, and a lot of guys got in wrecks would have been contenders with us coming through the checkered, but we just tried to stay out of trouble, and that's what we was able to do.
Mate, almost $500 that you picked up here for winning a sim race. You've had your fair share of winnings on the sim racing, but how cool is it to pick up an extra $500 here tonight?
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. Anytime you can race for even $50 or $100 on something like iRacing, just hop on here, one time a night and race for that kind of money. That's awesome. It's not a whole lot of $500 to win dirt races. Only a handful on a dirt sim a year, so it's definitely awesome to come out here and win one of them.
Well, mate, no doubt you've got a whole lot of sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you in the 33 car to run around here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. Now's an opportunity to thank those people.
I just got to thank everybody at Team VLR, and congrats to Damien on coming up through the field and having a good run in second there. Everybody else helps us out. CFM Esports, Magility Speed Shop, Tactor Defense, Toter's Frenchies, Selena Truck Stop, Howard Weaver, Captain Morgan. Everybody else helps us out, and thank y'all guys for doing a broadcast, and everybody that helped put on this John Seitz race for us.
Well, mate, congratulations goes to Evan C. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here of the second annual running of the virtual John Seitz Memorial Race. Matt Bailey, you're caught up with the runner-up entry of Damien Kiefer.
Standing by down here with Damien Kiefer. And Damien, mate, no words can explain how good this A-main was here tonight, mate. Run us through the last five laps there on the speedway.
Last 5 laps, we got a little incident in front of me there, but that's just part of racing. Stuff happens, and you just got to get over it. especially for like what we're racing for. But after that, my right front's a little damaged, and I was talking to Evan in Discord, and I was like, let's just run the same line we've been running. I was a little bit slower. I don't think I was as fast at home. We were two different things there, but overall, I'll take it. Kind of had a bad heat race, started 14th, I believe, and got up to second, and I'll take that with all these guys in here any day.
Mate, run us through what the game plan was here tonight. The track started off fresh, and then now, obviously, coming into tonight's 92 lap A main, you had a good run on night. I think it was night number 2 that we saw you with Alex Bergeron and Evan C. But mate, no, you're in night 1. So, mate, look, run us through your weekend. You had a good run throughout on your prelim night. You've had a good run here tonight, mate, but not a bad way to sum up the weekend.
Yeah, no, I was down in Charlotte World Finals with Blake and Evan actually this weekend, and all the other VLR guys and some of the other iRacers in the community. And I talked with Blake and Evan all Friday and Saturday and just learned some stuff from them. I mean, because they're two of the best in the game, and just learned from them. And I wanted to try a few things on a setup tonight, kind of just do my own little thing, and it ended up working. I don't think it was perfect, but we're definitely getting on the right track.
Well, mate, congratulations on second here tonight. No doubt there's a lot of good people on this race car, a lot of good people behind the scenes that get the 0K on the racetrack every week, mate.
Yeah, Team VLR and Evan C and all those guys back there, Team Elite Performance Graphics, TAC 3 Defense, Bighorn Taxidermy, DK Speed, and all the guys back there. And then you guys for broadcasting, and then Nick for putting on this Memorial race. I know it means a lot to those guys, and it means a lot to some of us iRacers who been around racing our whole lives, and it's great to see that they're implanting some of the real racing memorial stuff into iRacing and making it a big deal like this one.
Well, mate, congratulations on second. No doubt an awesome race here tonight, mate. But we'll see you back for Water Thunder in a couple of weeks' time, mate. Well done.
Thank you. I'll see you then.
Well, we're going to cross back down now to Brett Wheeler with our third place running, Matthew Selby.
Yeah, this is going to be very cool. To chat to the driver that comes home in third place tonight, driving for Full Link Motorsports, it's Matt Selby. Matt, mate, congratulations on a third place. How cool is this? You're $229 richer, mate.
Oh yeah, man, it's cool as hell. I guess, man. As hard as we worked on this car all week, take our little team and guys that only have one car on the show tonight, and then one car try to make this whole show. It's a pretty big deal for us. Still yet. No matter how many times I've been up here in the broadcast booth with y'all or whatever, of taking our little group of guys that ain't been on here for a year yet, and go out here and run with these boys, man. I just got to thank all them boys.
Yeah. Your race started off pretty good towards the front end of the race. Towards the middle part, you sort of fell around the 5th place, just outside of the 5th place, and all of a sudden, a bit of luck came into it. But hey, you know what? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And then all of a sudden, you get yourself into a podium in those final sort of 5 or 6 laps. It must have been nerve-wracking throughout that 92 lapper.
Oh yeah, I mean it was definitely up and down night. We got that one restart there towards the middle of the race, back when I fell back to 5th or 6th, I think 6th at one point or whatever, and it wasn't nobody's fault. It was just close racing right there, and I came up and had to run on the outside of Evan. I kind of stuck it in the wall a little bit myself. There wasn't much room, and then the same thing came up with Kiefer, and it just kind of a shit deal right there for a minute. And we got back, but we fought back the best we could. The car wasn't good at all in the middle. I think I proved that to the night in the prelim race. If we was going to get it done, we was going to get it down on the top. So.
Well, mate, this track, it was always going to get slick from top to bottom. Was your car set up for it to be this slick, or did you think that it wasn't going to get that slick?
Oh no, we knew it was going to get this slick, and we experimented a lot with different shock packages this week. It's something we've always kind of been a little lost on, the shocks, and trying to find a little bit of that last piece of the puzzle that we've been missing. I think we definitely hit on something here tonight of the car we brought. But we knew it was going to get this slick. It's just I knew I had to run the wall. I don't know if the car wasn't good on the bottom, or just I ain't that good on the bottom. A little lack of patience to me to run the bottom.
Well, mate, it's a pretty cool deal to come home in third place here tonight. So almost 120 drivers competed over 4 prelim nights, down to 40 here tonight, and 40 of the best sim racers on iRacing. And to come home third, mate, nothing to hang your head about. It's been an awesome week for you. No doubt there's a lot of sponsors on this race car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible, mate.
Yeah. First of all, we just got to thank Nick Lionheart and y'all to putting this on, the virtual John Seitz Memorial. Never didn't grow up Midwest and didn't know who he was, but glad we were able to participate in the memorial race. And got to thank everybody at Four Link Motorsports, Jarrett Jones, David Wallace, Dylan R. Wilson, Casey Toller, all them boys. Got to thank my mom for always supporting me and putting up with me being on here as much as I am, trying to get as fast as I am. Uh, got to thank Pay to Win Setups, David Lamb, all those boys over there for all they do for us and letting me build for them. Um, and then got to thank Mason Lobb at 28 Cinematography for all he does for us, taking pictures of my car. Um, and got to thank y'all for putting the broadcast on.
Well, there we go. A man that is $229 richer. Matthew Selby home in third place. And, well, speaking of Matthew Selby, he was paying $100 for tonight's hard charger, courtesy of Four Link Motorsports. Matt, I can confirm Dylan Perry went from 24th to position number 10, passing 14 cars and picking himself up $100 thanks to Four Link Motorsports for the hard charger. But just an unbelievable way to wrap up things here tonight. Matt, you've been here for the 4 prelim nights plus the main event here tonight, the whole course, I should say. You've had everything. You've had the appetizers. You've had the main course. You've had the dessert. Now it's time to walk away.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And I tell you what, I can't believe it's over. I've had so much fun this week. Doing this for everyone. I cannot be thankful enough to be able to come here every week. For yourself, Brett. With all the World of Thunder esports guys. To be able to come here, put a show on at Cedar Lake Speedway. It's been phenomenal, mate. I cannot be thankful enough. I'm lost for words. It's all I can say. It's just been spectacular. And a big thanks to everyone. So, yeah, I can't be thankful enough.
Well, just a couple of more final shout-outs for the sponsors here that help put this event on. Of course, FYE Motorsports Promotions, River City Speedways, CoolDown.tv, JDM Designs, Miller Family Trucking, the World of Thunder Esports League, Ultimate Dirt TV, Four Link Motorsports, Nodak, Beard FX Gaming, Mid-South Mafia, Don Ashton Racing, and Toll Racing. I want to thank all you wonderful fans. I want to thank Nick Linnett and the entire admin and staff for putting on this event. We know Nick has worked his absolute backside off to put on the second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial. I want to thank, of course, the pages that we were live on tonight. Of course, Ultimate Dirt TV, FYE Motorsports, John Seitz Memorial, River City Speedways, and CoolDown.tv. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at CoolDown.tv and on behalf of Chris Seymour down in the production trailer, Matt Bailey, who has been here all week, I'm Brett Wheeler. We say farewell. Congratulations to Evan C., your second annual virtual John Seitz Memorial winner.